Right now, American soccer does not need more coddling or special treatment. Right now, U.S. soccer needs the raw truth. And that's what I'm going to give you here on these videos each time they come out. And I want you to interact with me, respond here on YouTube with your own videos or your comments or on different social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook. Join the discussion. We need to address the real issues in American soccer. We need to go down to the root of things if we are going to ultimately blossom into a great soccer nation. We can't address symptoms. We've been doing that for too long. We've been blaming soccer for too long. We've had it for over a century here in America. It's not a problem. We have a huge soccer culture in America. 25 plus million players, 50 plus million soccer fans. Problem is we're just discriminating against them with a closed U.S. soccer market, which kills incentive for the majority of people in America. So many awesome cultures ready to contribute to the American soccer ecosystem, but they're denied and give our Division I sanction to one single club or company, MLS. So everybody else is left out unless you align with MLS, which means aligning with their culture and values, if they even let you in, plus maybe $200 million of expansion fees to make it into Division I. So we need to be raw and honest with ourselves as constituents in American soccer. We need to hold our federation leadership accountable. Are they doing what's best for the game? Are they stewarding the game of soccer in America, or are they using it for their own gain? Is it being geared to be a financial moneymaker for businesses or certain individuals? That's wrong if so. The U.S. Soccer Governing Federation should look out for the interests of all Americans. It should govern in that manner to progress the sport for all people at all levels, not just a certain few, or what it interprets as growth and progress. Real growth and progress and real stewardship of the game means that we have as much equality and inclusion as possible in American soccer. And right now, that is clearly not the case. The whole ecosystem is geared towards kind of one upper class and one singular culture, kind of the Major League Soccer culture, because it has, again, the Division I rights. So when thinking about are we making progress in American soccer, we've got to stop dancing around the issue here. I'm seeing prominent media figures come out and apologize further for consistent mediocrity and failure by a failing closed system. And it's really just to the point where it's just ridiculous, disingenuous at best. Clearly, it's either just an absolute lack of basic soccer knowledge and the world around them, the soccer world, or it's just they're just pulling our leg at this point, because it is clear that the closed market has done nothing but stagnate our game for the past decade or two. You can argue, okay, maybe from the 70s, 80s, it's brought professional soccer and it's helped a little bit, but since the late 90s, the turn of the century, have we grown much? No. If anything, the nations that are better than American soccer, the clubs and national teams, have distanced themselves further from our clubs and national team. And then the nations that are behind us, as we've seen with the 2018 World Cup, they're just catching up to us. Trinidad and Tobago, Honduras, Panama. The gap is closing behind us, so pretty soon our player pool, our clubs, our national team will be dropping from the 30 to 40 range down to the 40 to 50 to 60 range in terms of the world soccer hierarchy. So it's just absolutely ridiculous that this U.S. soccer program is where it is today. Enough of beating around the bush. We lost to Trinidad and Tobago not just talking about this one game, but over the course of 10 games, all we had to do was avoid finishing behind 2 out of the 3 of Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, and Panama. And we couldn't do that. How ridiculous is that over the span of 10 games? We can't just blame one round of fixtures and then one ball bouncing an inch off and hitting the post. No, we had a chance to cruise to qualification over 10 games. And people have seen this coming over the last few cycles. I personally thought we would never miss the World Cup because it's so ridiculously cupcake easy to qualify out of CONCACAF. And lo and behold, here we have the ultimate trigger for American soccer, true root systemic change, missing the World Cup. It's waking up the mainstream, maybe casual U.S. soccer fans. It's waking up the hardcore U.S. soccer fans. Now is our time to bring about the change that we so desperately need in American soccer. We should have a fully open market, one that all people have a fair shot in, so that our awesome cultures can compete in a merit-based system. Only then will you see great players being produced on a consistent basis out of America, great clubs rising out of America, and of course, a great national team. So you can either lie to yourself and align with compromised media establishment types and just say, oh, well, we're making progress. 2 decades of nothing to show for it. Progress, right? If anything, we're in a worse spot than we were before MLS. How ridiculous is that? And yet we see a world full of open market soccer, wildly successful, inclusive soccer that has promotion relegation, a whole world full of precedent for that. And we can't come to our senses and align our American system with that American model of an open market. Come on, are you serious? And that's the attitude we, as the American soccer constituents, need to take to our U.S. Soccer Federation. If they're not going to shape up, we need to vote them out, get a new president, new leadership in charge in U.S. soccer, or we're going to need an alternate federation, and we can do that. We just need FIFA to step in and sanction a new federation in U.S. soccer's place. So enough beating around the bush. Let's make our move now. Let's make the change we need in American soccer, and it's all up to us, the common folks. If we speak up loud enough, and if we are persistent enough, this movement will be successful. It's just a matter of time. So if you like this video, make sure to share it out on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and other channels, and also subscribe to my channel right here. I have new content coming out every week, and make sure to participate in the comments as well here on YouTube below, or on whatever social media channel you are seeing this on. So keep up the good work, and I will talk to you soon.